This is where, verse 19 in John 2, is where Jesus really starts explaining what he's all about. Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I'll raise it up. They thought he was talking about this temple.
Amen.
They thought he was saying, all right, guys, I'll show you how tough I am. This building that we're in, I can hold on to these. They thought he was saying, this building here, tear it down and I can raise it up in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
See, they remember when the light came, not everybody comprehended the light. The darkness didn't always get it.
Yep.
And that's a good example. If the light was coming saying, tear the real temple down, in 3 days I can raise it up, the light wasn't, the darkness wasn't getting it. They thought that he was saying, you mean to tell me? Because that's what they accused him of. Wait a minute, let me see if I can. You saying that we could tear down this huge temple, this huge man-made thing, we could tear it all down to the ground, and you could raise it back up in 3 days? Mm-hmm. Darkness didn't always comprehend the light.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this whole Gospel of John is about, to get you to see it from a different perspective. Okay. Jews said it took us 46 years to build this temple. How are you going to build it back up in 3 days? But he was speaking, verse 21, Jesus was speaking of the temple of his body. When therefore he's raised from the dead, then the disciples remembered that he had said this. And then they believed the scripture. Okay. Now, I'm going to drop down to chapter 3. And then I'm going to stop here because this will take way too long. Just to give you a heads up of where we're going to be next week. Chapter 3. There was a man of the Pharisees, and his name was Nicodemus. Nicodemus was a ruler of the Jews. This guy, Nicodemus, came to Jesus one night and said, called him rabbi. You know what that means? Teacher. Called him teacher. We know that you come from God. Nobody can do these things that you're doing unless God's with him. And Jesus says to Nicodemus, ruler of the Pharisees, truly I say to you, unless somebody gets born again, you can't even see the kingdom of God. This whole gospel according to John may take a while. Next week I want to talk to you some more about this whole concept of being born again. I'll just give you this little glimpse of what we're going to get into more next week. This is probably going to make some of you religious people angry. Jesus said to Nicodemus, you can't see the kingdom of God, you can't go to heaven, if you want to put it that way, unless you're born again. But guess what? Ready? Jesus didn't get him born again.
Amen. Right.
Jesus told Nicodemus what you got to do, and Jesus didn't do it. Huh?
That's right.
Nobody could be born again until after Jesus was resurrected and went to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So this is more of a prophetical statement. He explains something to who is a, what I call a top shelf Jew, Pharisee. Okay? And he told him, dude, I know that you know a lot. You're a Pharisee up there with the best. I know you know a lot, but I got some news for you. Even you can't even see the kingdom of God until you get born again. But see, this is where it crosses lines, where a lot of people say that Jesus got him born again. No, he didn't. Jesus said something in John that we won't even get to until we get to like chapter 14, where he said, greater things. All these things that I've done, casting out devils, raising the dead, and healing the sick, all these things that I've done, you guys can do. And greater things than I've done, you can do.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
What was he talking about? You must be born again.
Mm-hmm.
That's something much greater than healing the sick that he couldn't do.
Amen.
That's enough. That's where I'll stop there. Come back next week to get the rest of this. But if you liked it, let me know you liked it. Send us an email or a letter, or send us a message that says, hey, thanks for that good news. And if you'd like to help us share this good news with other people who've never heard it before, support us in your prayers. I mean, intercede for us. Just lock arms with us and agree with us for good things, that we can accomplish a lot of things. And then if you want to make a donation, a contribution, whatever, financial support to our ministry, get it here to us either through the physical mail, which, we have a mailbox. You can write a check and stick it in the mail. Or go to finishwork.com and go to the donations page, and it'll tell you right there, just click here. and we can, we'll take that money. See, God supplies all our needs, but he does it through people. And we not only believe that our needs are met, we need an abundance to feed people and clothe people spiritually and emotionally and physically and all different levels. So if you want to help us get this message around the world, be a part of Finished Work Ministries. Go to finishwork.com and contact us. And also, I don't know if you've even seen the challenge that we've given everybody. You think you're tough? You guys think you're tough watching this? If you really think you're tough here, I got a challenge for you. Donate $1. No, I didn't say $1,000. Donate $1. Here's my challenge. And then you contact all of your friends. Everybody in your address book and all of your little Facebook friends, you contact them and you tell them, I donated $1. Now I challenge you to donate $1 and challenge your bunch. That they donate $1 and then challenge all their friends. Let's see how far you can do this. Because I gave you the math equation last week. If people would do this and only had the nerve to do it and challenge 10 more people that all did it, it would take just a very few days and we could have millions of dollars to advance God's kingdom.
Amen.
Real quick. And that wouldn't be one person giving a huge donation. It would be a lot of us working together with a huge thing built out of none of us.
Amen.
So let's do that. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that you'll come back next week online, or if you're close, come here in person, and we'll give you a cup of coffee. Love you.
Amen.